The fourth key to unlocking change, corporate transparency. Well, we've known about this for a while. We've got Global Reporting Initiative. Most recently, of course, we've got integrated reporting. These are all steps in the right direction. And we've got pioneering companies like Puma having an environmental profit and loss account, actually being able to quantify financially the impact they're having on the environment. And why is that important? Well, once they've quantified it, this is for a particular cotton shirt, you can see how much that environmental impact costs, it allows them to change their behavior. So that today, since they've done this calculation and changed, the percentage of the retail value that is associated with environmental costs has gone down from 17% to 12%. It allows you to change your business model. Nike, well, they did a lot of work on trying to figure out their own impacts and then made it available to everyone. I don't know if you've come across their Making app. What they've done is they've analyzed all the materials that we make textiles from and what the impact is of silk versus cotton versus polyester and all the other things we use. And now that's open source. So anyone who makes anything, any kind of textiles, can plug in what they're going to use and it gives them a result. This will be more sustainable, less sustainable. This is the impact on water. This is the impact on carbon. So we can start to make intelligent decisions. Good Guide allows you to take your mobile phone, in the US especially, scan the barcode of a product in the supermarket and it comes up with a score. This is how well it scores on community, environment, and health. Things.info actually is building in another thing, which is that not only can you say, okay, I've got this type of computer, this is the impact, but now it tells you not only where did it come from, but where can I recycle it when I throw it away. Stakeholder engagement, not a new concept, been around since 1984 when Ed Freeman coined the term, but innovations are going on. You know, we got all kinds of organizations, Boycott, where you can actually boycott products on a platform. Ethical Consumer that actually rates consumer products on their sustainability impacts. This one's change.org. Certainly if you've got kids, you might find that they're sending you a petition to sign from change.org. The latest one here was the scandal with FIFA and getting rid of the CEO of FIFA. So, you know, we're being empowered. Whereas before we had to engage with stakeholders in a controlled way, now the stakeholders have taken control and we have to respond and fit in. Social responsibility, again, not a new concept, but a lot of my work has been about how do we make that transformational, because a lot of companies are still stuck, as Lehman Brothers was, in the defensive approach. Some are still stuck in the charitable approach. Some think it's all about promotion and greenwash. Some even have gone as far as saying it's strategic, but like Coca-Cola, what they mean is that they align the issue with their strategy. So if you use a lot of water, as Coke does, then you invest a lot in water. They don't change their strategy, they align the issue. All of these are not enough. All of these are not transformational. And transformational is like this hotel that you can hardly see because it's covered by forest, and it's in Sri Lanka, and I visited there a few months ago. So the best practices don't have to come from the West, don't have to come from Scandinavia. They can come from developing countries. Those of you who know Nestlé's story will probably remember that they got into a lot of trouble in Africa for their infant milk formula. This was in the 1970s and started a series of boycotts that for some continue to this day. There are still some people who won't buy Nestlé because they were promoting infant milk formula as a healthy alternative to mother's milk. Of course, they've changed since then, but they're still the easy target. This one a few years ago, they were targeted by Greenpeace, their Kit Kat brand, because they were sourcing from Indonesia, where the supplier was cutting down rainforest to plant palm oil for their product. Easy target. And the campaign that came out of that was a disaster for them. It took them 6 months to convince Greenpeace to drop the campaign. As a result, though, they've transformed.